entire
I'm
talk
not
about the
getting.
moon for a second, because I'm still
Yeah, go on.
really confused as to
Yeah,
why
no,
you
you are.
thought Aristophanes could not exist. That is just absurd,
Okay.
really. Even other people that you're
In my
obviously
softest
friends with
voice, in my softest voice, I would
disagree.
ask you, look for him. Go look for him.
I'm
Go
looking at it
research. Look
right
for him.
now. Let's go
Yeah.
to Aristophanes' biography, plays and facts by Britannica.com.
Go
Aristophanes
on.
was born 450 BCE. It was the greatest representative of ancient Greek and comedy, and he was one of the greatest comedians of all time, representative of old comedy. He had a bunch of plays which he created. He little is known about the life of Aristophanes, and most of the known
Thank you.
facts are derived from references in known plays. He was an Athenian citizen
Does it
belonging to the
mention?
clan Pandionis, and his actual birthplace is uncertain.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You see, that's what I mean. So
Okay,
when
are you saying that because there are a few gaps in his life,
uh,
therefore he didn't exist at all? Are you just going to ignore all the evidence for him
yeah,
and
because other
focus
famous
on the
side. Hang
one
on a
point
minute.
that says,
Sorry. Yeah,
no,
go on.
he
Go on.
just didn't do this, and it wasn't recorded down, therefore everything else is a complete utter lie. Everything else.
Unfortunately, my stance on that would be yes. That's what it would be like because
Are,
we've been lied to
are
so
you
much. That's why.
serious? We can't know every single detail about a person that lived in 450 BCE.
Yeah, I
We
think we
can't know
can.
everything.
I think we can, especially when his peers. No one else mentions him. No one famous mentioned this guy. Only his story.
So if you like, this is, I'm not saying anything bad about you, but if nobody mentions you after you die, you won't have existed.
Well, if you don't mention me, how could I have existed if you don't look for
Dude,
me?
all right. That answers that
You
question.
got to look for me. You got to look for me.
Thank you very much.
You have to look for me, and then you might find me.
Yeah.
Right. That's it. It's true, isn't it?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. But the experiment still seems to be rather more to the impossible side than the possible side. Okay, it goes towards the impossible side. That experiment that they did.
Maybe he was just a really hardy dude. If something's really hard to do, it doesn't mean it hasn't been done.
Like I said, though, yeah, that's 1,000 miles. That's a lot of mileage there to walk to prove their experiment. How would they have done that? How could they confirm it? How could they confirm from those distances? How?
Jin, they had things like sundials. I don't know if they had gears back then, but they were able to keep track of time. So all they would have to do is hold on. They would take a measurement, write down where the sun's position was during the day, and then have somebody else do the same. Compare their notes, and there you are.
They put the sticks in the ground, yeah, and they confirmed the sun's position. How would they relay that message? I tell you, it's impossible.
They write it down.
Yes, they had writing in Greek.
Just because they didn't have walkie-talkies, they didn't have CB radios or cell phones, doesn't mean they weren't able to communicate and take logs. You remember the captain's log of a ship?
Yeah, Stardate 55.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about ships, Jin, not spaceships.
I know. I'm just joking. Come on.
Okay, I can't tell. You sound the same when you're joking.
I thought I forgot. That's the whole point. Come on.
Maybe do your Mickey Mouse voice when you're joking.
Yeah,
I was just joking.
Okay.
I love you, man. It's just like that. We'll get through this. You'll realize what's a claim and what's okay to claim. Like, it's snowing right now. I'll go ahead and make that claim.
Right. Good. Carry on.
What snow is?
No, I'm talking
can't
about.
Claim what it is.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the distance of the sun anyway, and how we can measure.
They didn't try to calculate the distance of the sun.
No, they were measuring curvature, discovering curvature.
Yeah, measuring the curvature of the Earth.
Yeah.
That was the point of that experiment.
But today, with today's modern technology, we can't find it. Oh, that's
no, it has been done.
They say that they have. Think of like dude.
They did actually measure the curvature of the Earth on YouTube, and you can find it. If I remember, it was called
on,
"How I Measured the Curvature of the Earth Using a Bike in 2.6," and he measured using the exact experiment that Aristophanes performed. He measured the curvature of the Earth, and he was like 16-18% off of the actual curvature.
I don't know of that experiment. Sorry, I would have to look at that one. But that's news to me. You know.
Yeah, you can find it on YouTube. How I measured the curvature of the Earth using my bike in 2.6.
A bike. Oh, I've seen that one. Sorry, yeah. It does ring a bell. That was a convoluted one. That was nothing I could believe. I couldn't believe that. It wasn't acceptable.
God.
Totally unacceptable, that experiment.
Okay, what was unacceptable about it?
The fact that he was using a bike.
Really? The bike? The mode of transport? That was what was wrong? You expect him to walk 500 meters? I mean miles. I'm sorry, but a bike is a bit of a better idea.
Well, I'm going to have to relook that experiment again, but as I said, it was totally unacceptable for me.
You're doing an awesome job, by the way, Rocket Ship.
Thanks. But the bike, why is it the bike that's the problem? Are you like biker-phobic? What's wrong with
I'm not biker-phobic. I like that word. No, I'm not biker-phobic. I'm going to look at that experiment again.
Jin has several bikes.
Yeah. I'm a motorcyclist.
Maybe he could lend one to a friend and he could measure the curvature of the Earth.
Yeah, I don't think that there's any curvature, but I'm
not
going to say that the bike.
See if you can find one.
Pardon me? What was that?
I said that maybe he could see if he can find one and see if there is or is not a curvature.
No, yeah, I've travelled a lot and I've climbed mountains all over. The horizon just looks totally level, the horizon.
That's because it's a long distance away, my friend.
No. It doesn't matter about.
No, I'm with the fact that you can see farther than you should be able to on a globe.
Thank you.
But again, I'm just like I'm okay with whatever shape it is. And I honestly don't, if there is a shape, the flat Earth, just the name of it alone it doesn't really make sense to me because we have to include the air and stuff,
Well,
that's part of Earth.
I'm talking about
like
the ground,
the Earth system.
The topography of it, just in general. When you look at it.
I have a question, Jin. When you climb to the top of the mountains that you've been to, when you climb to the top and it's very cold and snowy, can you tell me why that is? Oh, hello.
Well, the altitude is colder. The air is cooler up there.
1 second.
The atmosphere is cooler up there. The atmosphere is cooler up there. That's why the air is cooler. The higher you go. That is why, isn't it?
Why is the air colder?
Well, there's no heat around at the time.
Well, you're getting closer to the sun, though, right?
Yeah, if the sun is not around, and let's say the sun is in the Tropic of Cancer, for example, I'm on Mount Fuji in the wintertime, where you're going to get snow, we're going to go snowboarding, and etc. The sun may come round. It will provide heat. It will provide heat when it's there. You see what I mean? And then when it goes away, it's colder.
I have to go for a second because since it's Mother's Day, I have something to give to my mom.
Is it Mother's Day? Oh, shit. I got to call my mom.
Give me a second.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem.